Hello, I am Monique Lewis with Political Talk 757. Today we are honored to be joined by Sanu Dieng-Cooper, candidate for treasurer of the City of Newport News. Ms. Cooper, thank you for being here with us today. We are delighted to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So can you start by introducing yourself to our listeners? What should people know about your background, your connection to Newport News, and why are you running?
Sure. So I am Sanu Dieng-Cooper. I am a mom of three to a 9, 7, and 1-year-old. I am a wife to a two-time war veteran. I am a proud Hamptonian. Go Pirates. And I am a social justice warrior. I worked for many years in the nonprofit field, but I transitioned from working in finance and banking, and that's actually what I have my degree in. And so I am mixing the two worlds of finance and banking and social justice to bring a level of care to the treasurer's office and engagement. What I want is for our families and businesses to thrive. And I truly believe that I can bring that and to Newport News and that connection for folks so that they can understand the power that the treasurer's office has, and that will hopefully empower them to engage differently with the office so that we can elevate Newport News.
Wonderful. And can you tell us what inspired you to run for treasurer? Why this office and why now?
Yeah. So I actually was going to run 4 years ago, but right assignment, wrong time. Working with families experiencing violence, impacted by homelessness, housing affordability, economics, and money was always at the root. And we did a lot of work at transitions, helping folks understand how to budget, how to save, how to start over and all the things that you need to consider. But that wasn't enough, right? We were serving roughly, a little over 3,000 people, and they were still having relationship and interacting with other people that did not have those skills as well. And so I started to think about what is the place, the container where we can have robust conversations about financial literacy, and also understand that there's so much that's happening in people's lives that those circumstances, incidents, whether they're isolated or perpetuated, that impacts people's ability to live, to work, to raise their children. And I started doing some research about the treasurer's office and the level of engagement that it has with the city. Um, and so, I'm a Newport News resident. I send my check in twice a year, but, started to envision, how could this office do more to engage with taxpayers and also understand how their taxpayer dollars are moving our city forward. We were a grantee of the city as well, and very appreciative knowing that those taxpayer dollars were helping families that were in need. And so wanting people to know how they were contributing to that overall kind of vision for our city.
Wonderful. And can you explain what the treasurer does and why it's important?
Absolutely. So most folks know the treasurer collects your taxpayer dollars. Um, and here in Newport News, our treasurer's office also collects, money from waterworks, but the treasurer is also tasked with investing the money for the city, being a voice at the table with city leadership to look at how much revenue is coming in, and really making sure that the priorities for the city, the spending priorities for the city, are able to be obtained. And so we, again, want folks to understand what the office does, but also be able to be financially literate, so that we don't see a decline in revenue, so that we can continue to do the great things that we see happening in Newport News and fix the areas where we're having challenges. So I've been explaining to folks, the treasurer's office is like the bank for the city, just simplifying it for folks. It has so many different components and parts to it. And a part of it is also, delinquencies and retrieving those funds from community members. But again, I am hopeful as treasurer that we will find out the stories that are impacting folks that are experiencing the delinquency so that we can see how we can better engage them and make the process easier for them to pay their taxes. So, yeah, I know taxes aren't exciting to folks, but I think if people understand their options and it doesn't feel transactional, but we build a relationship, it will make it easier to write that check or make that payment online or come see us at the office.
Wonderful. And if elected, what are some of your top priorities for the treasurer's office?
Yes. So this is the exciting part. I'm hoping to get to that part because that's when the real work begins. So I call it my triple E's. Again, I think that money just overall and historically has been made complicated. So I like to simplify things. So my triple E's, engagement. So I'm looking forward to creating space for our constituents and taxpayers to share what's working, what's not working, share their ideas. Just while campaigning, I have been flooded with ideas that are happening in different states and different localities. Um, and part of that engagement, like I talked about, getting that information out, wanting to send, a annual report to our taxpayers to show them just how things are working in the office, the workshops and programs and town halls that we're implementing, what we're hearing, just in case folks are not able to always make those. And we want to um, bring those out in community. I'm a firm believer that we, don't sit on a pedestal and people have to come to us. I want to go to them. So the engagement piece is my favorite. The education, again, the series of workshops on financial literacy, letting folks understand what happens when you're delinquent and the interest rate that's applied to that and just how that can compound over time and actually cost you more. Your options to make monthly payments opposed to making them twice a year. And really just getting people the skills that they need. I think that we sometimes take for granted just because I know how to budget and save or I know how to read my tax bill, everyone else does. And that's not necessarily the case. And then the last E is elevate. And there's a couple of ways I'd like to do that. Elevate with an app. I'm really excited about this application. I think that we all carry phones. It's a way for us to be a part of people's lives where they can get the information that they need, but also we can send you a reminder. The 15th is here. We haven't seen you. Please give us a call. How can we help? Please come and see us. We have busy lives, and I know that sometimes those little nudges and reminders can go a long way. And then also professional development for the staff that's working in the treasurer's office. We can roll out education and engagement and then not be ready as a staff. And so I am looking forward to working with the staff that's there to see what's working. There's always room for improvement and really create a value system within the office that prioritize service to our taxpayers, because without them, we wouldn't be there. And so they are really at the nucleus of our work. And yeah, I want to elevate their voices. And with those triple E's, don't want to leave anyone behind, whether that is, our taxpayers, our staff members at the office, working with our city council and leadership, want to see us collectively move forward to elevate Newport News and make us the best city.
What message would you like to leave with voters as they prepare to head to the polls?
Do your research. Research your candidates. You deserve a treasurer, and let me just blanket candidate that has experience, that has vision, but vision with a plan, um, and that is focused about what it is that they want to do. I think that politics can be very distracting at times, and I would just encourage voters to stay focused. So as you're doing your research, look at one candidate at a time. Do a compare and contrast. Think about your values and what's important to you and how that person resonates with that. Has this person been consistent in their messaging and what they want to do? Or is there flip-flopping that's happening? I'm a firm believer that people show you who they are, believe them. Don't make excuses for candidates. And if they're not saying what you care about or what you value, ask the questions. We all have websites, we all have social media. Reach out to us and ask your questions so that when you go and cast your vote, you know that you've casted your vote for the person that is going to best serve you and serve the collective. Please think of all of us when you vote, and not just you, because we're all impacted. And yeah, and let's elevate Newport News. We're in some interesting times, but I know that our city will be okay. And that's because of voters, because of you.
Awesome. And where can we get more information about you and your campaign? And how can folks get out here and assist?
Yes. So you can visit our website at Sanu, SANUD, Cooper.com. I get those messages, alerts, and subscribes when you're uh, engaging with the website. So please reach out. We also have a tab on there where you can volunteer with us, whether that is door knocking or you want to host a table talk or you want me to come talk to your group. I will talk to anyone that wants to learn about the treasurer's office. So my kind of running joke at doors is, we do business meetings, we do birthday parties, we do retirement parties. Anywhere you want us to come and talk about the treasurer's office, I can make it fit because it impacts us all. So yeah, please reach out. Would love to connect with you.
Well, thank you so much, Sanu, for joining us here on Political Talk 757. We look forward to seeing you as our new treasurer. So everyone get out there, vote, 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 and reach out and see how you can assist with the campaign. So thank you again for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. This was fun.